All right. Great afternoon and happy Thursday. Greetings and so good to see you all. I am Naya Powell, founder and CEO of Utopia Spa and Global Wellness. So, welcome. We are bringing to you our live LiveWell lunch break. So excited to bring to you this topic of how to decompress from holiday stress. We know that the holiday times are times that we always say holiday cheer and festive fun, but we know that this time of year causes a lot of stress. And we're going to unpack that and give you strategies for how to de stress a little bit, right? Just to give you a little context, I am the CEO and founder of Utopia Spa and Global Wellness. We are your online technology platform to really bring to you live and on demand multicultural wellness that celebrates global diversity through well being. And so, very excited to do that and provide that for corporations and founders and busy individuals. So today I'm joined by our very own Priya Amaresh. She is a yoga instructor. She is also a Duke chaplain, and she is one of our wellness thought leaders. And it's such a pleasure to have this time with her. So as you're watching, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you have any thoughts or comments, put them in the chat. We want this to be really a conversation. So today you're going to have that opportunity to join us in this conversation to really benefit from our Ask Us Anything and really find out how you can decompress from the stress that we have been dealing with for 20 months of increased stress. We already had it anyway, but with the pandemic and all that we've been experiencing, and now we are in another wave dealing with the Omicron, we can certainly use a bit of self-care strategy, right? So, our workplace wellness series is designed for HR managers, benefits managers, corporate executives, team leaders, and again, founders and busy professionals. So, I think that kind of covers a little bit of all of us, at least at times, right? We're bringing you tools for increased productivity, for increased happiness, and for also increased associate well being, sense of belonging, sense of inclusivity. Again, celebrating global diversity. We now live in a globally diverse world and also increasing focus and calm. So each of our lunch break, Live Well lunch breaks, will offer you the opportunity to engage in self-care strategies. We're going to do an express yoga experience today, seated, because we know that many of you are still working and closing out a busy week before we check out for the holiday week next week. So we wanted to give you a few minutes to do that. And also, again, the opportunity to ask us anything around well-being, work-life integration, mindfulness, yoga, restorative rest, and just overall mental health strategies. So I am now going to introduce our lovely instructor, Priya Amaresh. And so she has been on our team for nearly a year, and it's so awesome to have her. And I love her classes. She teaches every week live, and they're in our on-demand library. But Priya, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? I know you earned your BA and Master's in Education from University of Michigan. Tell us how you kind of entered into this world of yoga and well-being.
Sure. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for being out there. Thank you for being part of this lunch series. Happy to be here and happy to join Naya in presenting you some strategies to bring wellness to our lives. I came into yoga about 10 years ago. It's been part of my life, just as part of my culture, but never realized the benefits of it until having led a couple of businesses, early childcare business, as well as a restaurant, and just dealing with the stress of having a business, operations, maintenance, was a lot of things going on. Mentally, you're just constantly on the go. So finding moments to quieten the mind, to be still, and just to absorb and enjoy the journey is what I was seeking and is what we gain from the practice of yoga. I finally attended a few classes, and initially I thought, oh, this is, it's not something that's going to give me some energy or relax me. I didn't realize, I think my mind was just shut off to what it could offer us until I gave myself the opportunity to really sit through a few classes and be present. So sometimes whatever businesses, whatever professions we're in, we get so absorbed in the tasks at hand and the go, go, go nature of our work, we forget to slow down, we forget to enjoy the journey. So yoga really gives us that. And I experienced it after being persistent with it, being consistent, because it's such an ancient practice and it's lived for over 5,000 years. So it must be worth something, I began to realize. The teachings are beautiful. They remind us to find strength, not just physically, but also mentally. Find balance, not just physically, but mentally, and be flexible, not just physically, but mentally. So it's a whole combination. Yoga means the union of the body, the mind, and the soul. And so it just resonated because that's what we need. We need to be present. We need to be aware of what's happening with the body. When we're mentally disengaged from the body, focusing on all that needs to be done, our to-do list, our agendas are so long and lengthy, we forget that we're not taking care of our body physically. So these are some of the things that we kind of bring into our mind when we practice yoga, to be quiet, to be still, to be focused within. So that's the opportunity we can take when we do practice yoga.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. How old were you when you did your first yoga practice?
So as a child, we did yoga.
Yeah.
Just it was part of our culture, part of a Hindu culture. The sun salutations, those kind of things where you're just moving the body. And of course, this didn't seem that strenuous or anything engaging or energizing. But I really got into it in the past 10 years, in my late 40s. And
What?
so
You look like you're 30. You look like you're in your 30s. That's what yoga will do for you, huh?
it keeps you at least mentally young. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I came into it late and I was mad at myself. Like, why didn't I realize how great this was way back, when I had the opportunity to practice more, kind of involved. When you have the time, you think you don't have the time, but you're told to make the time. And then you realize the benefits and you end up having more time because you're more focused on what you're doing.
And I think that you brought up some really great points, Priya. It's something that you grew up doing, but you probably kind of took it for granted because it was just a part of your household and culture. And you kind of learned to kind of revisit, is what I'm hearing, about 10 years ago, and really appreciate it so much more. And so also, I think when we're kids, we don't have the same stress levels and we don't have the same burdens and the responsibilities and the pace of life, that we have when we're much older. I remember being little thinking it was stressful because I had to do my chores before I wanted to go out and play. And I'd much rather have that stress. Now it's the chores on work, on emails, on deadlines, and all the things. So, we live in such a fast-paced culture, and we are reeling from that. I mean, we are literally in a stress and mental health crisis. We're in a stress epidemic and mental health crisis. And so taking the time to pause is not a nice to have, but is absolutely critical. It's absolutely essential, because if we don't take the time to pause, if we don't take the time to breathe, if we don't take a moment to be mindful and to just center and to just allow ourselves to feel some peace or calm, we're seeing the effects of that. We're seeing the headlines in the news. We're feeling the impact in the areas of anxiety, in the areas of depression, and just overall mental health challenges have just skyrocketed over the last couple of years. And they were already high because of the pace in which we move, especially in the United States. Although we are, a global organization, our stress levels seem to be higher because we go, go, go. We're always trying to keep up with the Joneses. And, we have a very work culture where it's hard for us to turn it off. So that is why a lot of the reasons why I wanted to create this company and figure out ways to create opportunities for connection, even during COVID, right? Like ways that are still safe, that are still convenient, that still offer community. And when we bring all that forward and we think about even what that looks like in the workplace, now we're kind of more in this hybrid work environment. So you have I guess you have the juxtaposition of some people are struggling because they are trying to balance the kids and the work and the home environment where you don't have as many boundaries. And then you have some people that live by themselves and then they're struggling with the isolation. And as we're going into like this, winter and holiday season, people are also dealing with a number of other things. And so from a work, I'll just touch on the work related corporate wellness component. Then we're going to talk about the stressors that really seem to amplify during the holidays. So I always like to share some stats. And so 83% of US workers suffer from work related, 83%. So it's probably even a little higher. I don't know who doesn't suffer at some point, but I thought that this is a fascinating stat. The World Health Organization estimates that depression and anxiety disorders cost the global economy, not US, the global economy, over $1 trillion each year in terms of a loss of productivity. So it's not only affecting our mental health, our physical well-being, because those cortisol levels that are released when we're stressed out, they attack the immune system. They hijack our brain functioning and don't allow us to think clearly and make strong, sound decisions. So it has this overall impact, but it also is hitting us in terms of productivity, in terms of dollars and cents, in terms of corporations. The American Institute of Stress reports over 120,000 people per year die from work related stress. And these numbers are just kind of almost unbelievable. So now that we're tacking down to the holiday season, we get to, hopefully, most of us get to push away from our laptops a little bit. But now we're dealing with a different kind of stress, other things that are stressing us. So we have to have, the goal is to give us all some opportunities to unplug, decompress, and de stress so we can live a life that is vibrant, that's holistically healthy, mind, spirit, body, also emotionally and relationally. And so some of the stresses, the five most common holiday stressors are family and social pressures. Sometimes, you know, we look forward to spending time with family, but then sometimes when it comes to the holiday season, there are one or two family members that we don't always look forward to seeing, but now we know we're going to be in that space, in that environment, with a mixture of all. And that can be difficult. Do you have any recommendations, Priya, for how one might even manage juggling the discomfort of being around, maybe the uncomfortable family members during the holidays?
That is a tough one. I think it's a mindset. We have to prepare ourselves that we're going to face some of those people that may trigger our, certain emotions.
Yeah.
Maybe make us angry, maybe make us upset. They are there to challenge us. And we have to remember, we go into these situations, we go with a full heart, full capacity to be compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
If we just give the love, maybe it'll come back in some form. It's kind of like softening the situation by going in with a positive attitude. If we go in automatically assuming that we're going to be upset by somebody, we will be upset. Our mind is ours. We can control it. So part of yoga is focusing within. A meditation often that we can use, or guided meditations that repeatedly telling us that we're okay. We can face the challenges. We can face anybody with a positive attitude, and the heart just opens up a little bit more, softens, and allows those people who try to trigger those emotions that we don't want to release, we can be in control of them. We can show that, nobody can shift our balance if we're strong enough. And sometimes you embrace the situation and say, this is the way it is. These are how the people, you kind of feel sorry for them that they may not be happy with your presence or vice versa, but it's going in with a positive attitude.
I love that. I think I'm a big believer in mindset. And so, we can't control the stimulus, but we can control the response, right? And as we go into this last 2 weeks of 2021, we all know that 2020 and 2021 is almost like a blended blur of a lot of uncertainty. It's been a rough time. So let's be intentional. Let's be intentional about putting up maybe some boundaries. Maybe we don't stay too long if we are able to control those dynamics. And maybe we don't overly engage too much because we can't control the stimulus, but we can control the response. So we can go in with a pleasant, loving demeanor, words that we speak, and in our engagement that we bring in. And then we can actually put some invisible fences or boundaries up, is what I like to call it. And we can always kind of take a step back and maybe engage in a different conversation, or just decide not to engage if it's not something that's going to serve us well, right? And that's with everything in life. We have to make those decisions. But also the social pressures. Sometimes the social pressures are going to holiday functions, even though we're dealing with COVID, there are still holiday functions, and maybe it's, trying to keep up with appearances, or maybe it's the purchasing of gifts. So I would just like to encourage you all to do what is within your means and be true to oneself. And I think if you let people know that you appreciate the invitation, and which ways you can show up or you cannot, that's okay. And sometimes it's, we're not going to be able to engage in this way this year, but thank you so much for inviting us. And please keep us in mind for next year. And this year, there's a lot going on. So I think people understand, know a little better than they have in the past. Also, unreasonable expectations. Expectations is such I think, a weighty word, right? The expectations that we place on ourselves and maybe even that others place on us. So what comes to mind when you think of unreasonable expectations, Priya? Anything in particular as it relates to holidays and what people might be grappling with?
It sometimes may be the gift giving or the gift receiving. Maybe you have certain expectations, whether from a spouse or whether from a parent. Expectations is a mind killer. The more we expect, the more likely we're to be disappointed. So let go of those expectations, especially at this time. And those who are giving, it's a balance. I mean, just like in yoga, we try to find balance in our poses to find strength in the body. We have to think of our budget. What is our balance your budget so that you're not going into debt or going into a situation where you're going to be unhappy later on or find it difficult. It's a balance, and you have to do what you can do. And those who may be disappointed or have certain expectations, they have to adjust. And, unfortunately, holidays has become so commercial that sometimes the expectations come from there. And then we have to remember, it's not the materials, it's not the, the things that are going to bring long lasting joy and peace. It's really the expression, it's the love, just feel that spiritual wealth as opposed to the material wealth that you'll gain in just finding satisfaction in whatever you receive, finding satisfaction in whatever you can give. So
beautiful. I love that. And for me, the beauty of holidays is really about the quality time. It's really about the quality time with family. And I think creating the traditions is, I think, something that I love the thought of. So maybe it's not about gifts as much as maybe it's about giving back. Maybe it's about doing some volunteer work. Maybe it's about, making a new recipe or a traditional family recipe together. My maternal grandmother is no longer here, but she was famous for her sweet potato pie. So perhaps is trying to make her sweet potato pie. For Thanksgiving, I made my mom's cornbread stuffing because it's so good. And I don't want some of these recipes to just get away because I've never made them. So I made it and she was quite impressed. And so I'm really good about that. So it's whatever you want it to be. So like you said, let's release the expectations. Also dietary concerns. Maintaining a diet is stressful. Exercising, sleep routines, feelings of sadness, loneliness, grief, or loss. There has been so much loss in the last 20 months. And so our thoughts and prayers and condolences go to everyone that has lost someone, because this is a difficult time when you're used to spending that time with that loved one. One of the things I like to encourage is allow your mind and your heart to be filled with all of those sweet, tender moments, those moments that, reflections that made you feel loved and that made you feel connected. to that loved one. And, don't try to necessarily ignore how you're feeling, but maybe just channel and celebrating the time you had with that loved one, some of your happiest moments, some of your funniest moments, some of the craziest moments. And maybe, depending on you and your family and your community, maybe even take a time to honor that person with some of those highlight reels, with some of those funny stories. And that could be a way to continue to remember them. And so I'm going to give a couple of tips, and then we're going to do a 10-minute express chair yoga. So a couple of tips to de-stress and maintain your mindful well-being during the holidays. Make sure you move your body. So, one of the things is we probably are going to eat a little bit more, but we don't have to eat that the whole through the new year, right? We can maybe say Christmas Day after, maybe we give ourselves 2 to 3 days and then we get back on our routine. But being mindful about that, but getting out for a walk, family walks, getting back in the gym, whatever it is you like to do, try to do something that is fun. It's all about moderation. So enjoy the meal, but again, maybe not enjoy it for the 7 days from Christmas into New Year's. Stay close to your regular meal schedule as much as possible. So maybe after the weekend, you get back to not eating after 8 or what have you, whatever that looks like for you. Shifting your focus, it doesn't always have to be all around food. I love a good movie night with my family on the sofa, and then you can always pick up some of your own favorite healthy snacks. So after day 1 or 2, it's fruit and hummus and yogurt or whatever that looks like for you, but you're still more in the moment of quality time. Slow down during your meals. Practice mindfulness. I do want you to really focus on some gratitude journaling each day of the season going into the new year and envision your utopian life. So I want you to write down what are some of your goals for 2022. I'm not saying New Year's resolutions because most people throw those out the door within 10 days, 90% of people. So, what are some of your goals? I want you to think about living a life by design, not by default. What does that look like? Okay. And maybe you even want to celebrate the new year with a vision board party, a vision board brunch, or having an accountability conversation with friends, whatever that looks like. But the accountability is going to help keep this going. And I do believe in vision boards. I have quite a few, and that's maybe part two. Maybe we'll do that in the new year together. Do things that invite peace and abundance into your life, into your mind, into your home. Thinking about your mindfulness practice of peace and how you can elevate that. Make your home a retreat, light your candles, play your music, just make it a very warm place during this downtime. And connect with family and friends, maybe in new ways, maybe some new traditions, as we talked about, giving back or going for walks or doing something a little different. Or maybe for those that you won't see this year, scheduling another one of those Zoom calls. I know we were going Zoom crazy, but maybe you can do a Zoom family game night, right? But make sure that you try to lay eyes on those that you hold near and dear to you. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and shift into a 10-minute express yoga session with Priya.
Namaste, everyone. We start with our hands together. A sign of gratitude, a sign of unity. The right hand and the left hand, bringing the right side of the brain, the left side of the brain together to focus our attention within. If you're seated, let your feet be relaxed on the floor. Press into the heels of your feet and then roll up onto the balls of your feet. Go back and forth from heel to toe. Just roll the feet. Relax the feet. You may not be able to see my feet, but just rolling the feet, feeling it in the ankles, feeling it in the calf muscles and the shins. Now relax your feet. Press your heels down, the toes press down, and then sit tall. You may have a block which you can keep your feet on, which kind of keeps the knees lifted. So that might be helpful. Keeping the spine erect is an important part of keeping energy flow. When we're slouched and when we allow the shoulders to sink down, energy kind of gets drained. Please sit up tall. Feel a gentle pull from the crown of the head and natural curves in the lumbar region, in the neck. You feel those natural curves of the body. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slowly relaxing the shoulders. As you roll your shoulders back, feel the gentle pinch on the back of the muscles of the back, and then relax your shoulders. Your hands resting on your knees. Turn your palms so they're facing up. A gesture of receiving whatever it is the universe has to offer. Be open. We bring our first finger and thumb together, another gesture of unity. This is where we bring our awareness to that space around us, the universe. And we remind ourselves that we're just one speck of this universe. We're an individual consciousness, and it comes together, uniting with the universal consciousness. Close your eyes for a moment and observe your breath now. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out from your nose. Keep your lips sealed. Breathe in deeply and breathe out completely. When we focus on the breath, we allow our mind to come within. Deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Continue a few more deep breaths here. As you inhale, feel expansion in the chest cavity. Fill the lungs to capacity. Slowly breathe out. Feel the chest relaxing, the rib cage contracting, the diaphragm muscle releasing. Inhale. Feel that energy in the body. Exhale. Relax the body. Feel your belly pressing back towards the spine. Hollow out the belly. Your inhale activates your sympathetic nerves. Ready to go, ready to move, active. Your exhale activates your parasympathetic nerves, relaxing the body, allowing it to heal. One more breath in, and a slow breath out. Almost listening and hearing that audible breath as it releases from the back of your throat. Now relax your breath, come to a natural breathing pattern. And if your eyes are closed, slowly blink your eyes open. Look out in front of you. Sometimes we need to bring awareness to this particular sense organ, the eyes. They're the windows to our world. Lift your gaze to the ceiling and then look down to the floor, strengthening the eye muscles. Look up, look down. Look up, stretch the eyes to the floor. A couple more times. And then look back to the center. Straight ahead, close your eyes, breathe in. Slow, long breath out. Again, listen to the breath as it releases. Sounds like the waves of the ocean. Open your eyes. Take your eyes to the left side. Stretch to the right side. Horizontal movement of the eyes. Stretch from corner to corner. Helps to strengthen the optic nerves. Releases any tension in the eyes, keeps the eyes lubricated. Now look back to the center. Close your eyes, breathe in, and breathe out. Bring your hands together, rub your palms, feel a little heat between your hands. Create your own energy here. Cover your eyes. Absorb the heat of the palms, melting away any tension in the eyes. Observe the darkness. The darkness helps to rejuvenate the photoreceptors of the eyes. As the heat of your palms fades, gently massage over your eyelids. Massage around your eyes. Give your forehead a little massage. Any tension in the forehead, let it go. Circular movement of the temples, massage. Your own little facial massage. Lift the cheeks upward, bringing a smile to the face. Lift the corners of your lips up. Good. Massage behind the ears. Acupressure points to balance the organ systems in the body. Massage your neck. Here is our seat of communication. We hear all that is truth. We speak all that is truth. We live with the truth. Bring your hands behind your back. Give your neck a little massage right at the neck bone, at the shoulders, the clavicular area of the spine. Massage it. Cross your arms and squeeze the arms all the way down to the wrists. Squeeze and press. Interlace your fingers. Open. Switch the intertwining of the fingers and then hold tight. Rotate your wrist. If we're in a profession that requires a lot of typing, this is a good way to release tension in the wrist. Go the other way. Good. Various ways to move and rotate the wrist. Keep the arms straight and just make little wave movements with the arms. Loosen up in the elbow and the shoulders. Push the palms down, lift them up, and then slowly relax. Fingers interlaced, push your palms away, lift your arms up. Now press into your feet, press into your sits bones, and push those palms upward. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, twist. Bring the right hand behind you, your left hand on your knee. Look behind you, over the shoulder, behind your chair. Twists help to release any tension in the back, help to activate the nervous system. Turn your head, just your head, so you're looking back to the front. And take that hand behind you and hold on to the opposite knee. Slide your hands down towards your ankles. Let your head come between your arms. Bring your chin close to your chest. Relax your back muscles, your shoulder, your neck, and your head. A forward stretch for the spine. Flexion of the back. As you breathe in, slowly come up. Bring your arms up. Make a big circle with the arms. Feel it in the shoulders. Interlace your fingers one more time. Inhale. Stretch. Press into your feet. Press into your sits bones. Keep the spine nice and tall. Exhale. Twist to your left. The other side. The left hand to the back of the chair. The right hand on the knee. Look over the shoulder. Try to keep your shoulders level. And observe the sensation on the back. From the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Twist. Keep strength and flexibility in the spine. Turn your head, just the head back to center. And bring the hand behind, out in front of you. Again, hold on to the opposite knee. Come forward. Slide your hands towards your ankles. Bring your head between your arms. Tuck your chin into your chest. Let the top of the head point to the earth. Relax the back. Beautiful release of tension on the back muscles. Now we rise up on an inhale. Lift the arms way up. Circle the arms one more time. 3 circles. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Any tightness, any strain in the shoulders, let it go. Now go the other way 3 times. Inhale. Push the shoulder blades together on the back side as you take your hands back. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Arms coming down. One more time. Inhale. And release. See if you can hold the back of your chair. See what kind of chair you have. Depending on the chair, maybe you can hold the back of the chair. Get a grip on it. Now push your shoulder blades together. A gentle cat and cow movement here helps to strengthen the back muscles again. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Pull the abdominal muscles back. Bring your shoulders in. Do this a few times. Inhale. Expansion in the chest. Lift your chin up to the sky. Exhale. Bring your chin to your chest. Pull the belly muscles back. Draw your shoulders in. Inhale. Press into your feet, sits bones, and lean back. Shoulders, open them up. Stretch them back. Last one. Exhale. Chin to chest. Come back to neutral position and relax. Upper body all relaxed. Shake it all out for a moment. A quick little opening up for the hips. Tension, we often feel it in the neck, in the shoulders, and the hips. So good movements to loosen up these areas, to release tension, relaxes the body. See if you can bring yourself into a figure 4 position, bringing your ankle over your knee. Just go ahead and bring yourself to that thinker position, a little weight on the knee. Close your eyes if you'd like, and bring awareness to the hips. How do the hips feel? And then relax the knee, relax the ankle. Now release the hand, both hands. Hang them over your leg and slowly bring yourself forward, relaxing the head, the neck, the shoulders, bringing your forehead towards your leg. Stay here and observe your breath. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Every time you breathe out, get a little deeper in this forward stretch. Let your hands just reach downward. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Feel your belly pressing against your thighs. Helps to stimulate digestive juices. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Lift your gaze, look out in front of you, stretch your arms, come on up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Switch. Left ankle over the right. You'll notice a little difference. Not all as balanced as we think we should be, so sometimes one hip is a little tighter than the other. Rest your elbow here, thinker position. And sometimes you just don't want to think, just be. Just hang. Eyes closed, focus your attention within. Observe your breath. Then relax the hands, arms, drape them over that front leg. Let the body sink forward. Bringing your forehead towards your calf muscle. Hang here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reaching your fingers towards your toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pressing your belly against your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your gaze, look straight ahead, and then slowly lift up. Arms up. Circle the arms. Bring your hands together at the heart. Relax. Good. Let your hands rest on your knees. Again, resting your feet on a block. Close your eyes. Let the body be still. Let the breath be calm. And let the mind be quiet. Allow yourself to be in this present moment. Connect with that true nature that resides deep within you. The spirit, the soul of your being. Our true nature is joy. Our true nature is peace. Our true nature is bliss. Be here. Please bring your hands together again and allow your head to bow forward. And acknowledge that light within. That light within me honors that light within you, bringing us together, allowing us to be one. Namaste. Thank you all. Have a great day.
That was beautiful, Priya. I loved it. I feel so relaxed. Hi, Dee Dee. Good to see you. I see one of my friends on. You know, that was just so amazing. And that was only, I think, 15 minutes of that. So it just, I mean, I just feel so centered and so calm. And even though it's only 12 o'clock, it is a Thursday before the holiday week. So it was a busy one. And I feel like I just did a practice for about an hour. Like I just had a massage is how I feel. And I love my massages. So that was so rejuvenating. And I love when you said our natural state is peace, is joy, is bliss. So let us remember that, right? Let us all remember what our our divine nature is, and let's keep that as we go into this holiday season. And just to share with you all that might be new to the practice of yoga, I'm so glad we're able to bring you into a seated yoga experience. So you can see that this is something that you can incorporate right into your workday without necessarily having to get down on the mat or change your clothes. And the benefits of yoga, some of them are increasing your energy, reducing your stress, increasing your confidence, improving your posture, which we've all been like this, typing and slumping, and also it increases our immunity. It gives us a stronger immunity, and we need that. It improves our breathing, it increases our morale, and improving our breathing also is going to help us to sleep better, to rest better, and also is going to help to refresh the brain. So I want to leave just a minute or two. We're closing out in 3 minutes to open it up. If there are any questions, if anyone has any questions, if anyone has any thoughts, Dee Dee, what are maybe some of the things that came to mind for you during this session? Or if you have any questions for us, feel free to put it in the chat. I see one question. One question is, why is it better to inhale and exhale with our mouths shut? And I understand what they're saying because I've often blown out, breathing in through the nose and usually exhaling out through the mouth. And your recommendation was to breathe out through the nose.
Good observation. Really good. Generally, to keep that pranic energy within. When we blow out the carbon dioxide, that's fine. But when we blow it from the nose, it's a fuller breath releasing. It's also holding as much of the oxygen within. So you're not fully depleting yourself of the energy. So it's a breath in through the nose, a breath out from the nose really allows you to push the diaphragm muscle down, pull the abdominal muscles back, and release any toxins, any carbon dioxide that's residual in the body. Mm-hmm. So a breath in through the nose, a breath out from the nose keeps the energy stronger within. Breathing out from the mouth, you can breathe longer when you breathe out from the nose. The exhale from the nose gives you a longer push out, releasing and activating your parasympathetic nerves.
I see. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's so good to know because I'm sure a lot of people did not know that. I don't think I even really knew that. So that's great to have that understanding. So we have placed a short little, it's probably about a 40-second, not even a whole minute evaluation link. We'd love to know your thoughts about today's experience, what you enjoyed, and what we might be able to do even better for you next time. So feel free to complete that for us. And once you click the link, you're good to go. I don't even think you have to stay on, but it does take less than a minute. And if you are interested in Utopia Spa and Global Wellness, being able to come in and provide your work environment with some wonderful corporate wellness experiences, or you might want to give the gift of wellness to yourself, friends, family, or colleagues. We have a number of offerings. We do offer a customized, curated corporate wellness experience demo. And I put the link in there. So if anyone's interested in that, or they can go to Utopia SGW or Spa and Global Wellness, utopiasgw.com, and just click our corporate wellness tab. And you can learn more about our offerings and sign up for a free curated corporate wellness experience. We also have 2-for-1 memberships right now, so you can get moving and get your wellness on with your friends, families, or colleagues. And this has just been, it's there. This year has been layered with a lot, but there's also been so many beautiful and abundant blessings that we're thankful for. We also just received our hub certification as a minority woman-owned business enterprise, so we're very excited about that and our growing team. And we are adding Tai Chi, Capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial arts form. And we have Afrobeats and Soca dance starting this Saturday. So join us, and we look forward to another LiveWell lunch break with you soon. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and happy holidays, and happy New Year, and an abundant New Year. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Maya.
Thank you, Priya. It was amazing.